Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Carter. I love talking about movies, horror movies, superheroes, and comic books. Speaking of horror movies, I saw one of my favorite films of the entire year just last week, and I haven't seen anybody talk about it. And I wasn't really going to do a review for it because I am pretty late to the party. I understand it's been premiering at festivals or showing at festivals a lot the last 6 months, and then just had a theatrical release, a pretty quiet theatrical release, and I'm sure it'll be on Shudder later on this year. But please go check out this movie, and it is called Oddity. It is written and directed by Damian Mc Carthy, stars Carolyn Bracken, and it has cinematography by Colm Hogan. And Oddity is about a blind psychic whose sister is murdered, and she tries to investigate that death and use some other objects that are psychically charged, if that's the right description, to try and figure out what happened to her sister and try and get down to the real truth. Have you guys seen Oddity? Have you guys heard of Oddity? Let me know down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what you think and enjoy the video. I'm just gonna go right into the positives. I thought this movie was phenomenal. Damian Mc Carthy, like I mentioned, kills it with the writing here, kills it with the directing. I felt like this movie was just very streamlined, and there are moments where there's flashbacks where you'll see events play out, and I think that some people might have problems with those, as it's like show, don't tell, and it just kind of tells you. But I actually preferred seeing those flashbacks. Some people might say it's redundant. I didn't. I found it to be very engaging and actually necessary to see it play out, because those flashbacks are actually massive scenes, massive revelations, massive, wow, I cannot talk tonight, massive moments in the film that need to be seen. And so when Damian Mc Carthy shows you those scenes, I think they're very scary, or they're very intense, or they add a lot more to the plot. They recontextualize events or characters, and I thought that that was just fantastic. This movie is like a mystery horror film. There's a lot of mystery, a lot of intrigue surrounding it, and it also is pretty scary. A lot of the marketing or early pictures is focused around this wooden doll or this wooden carving statue that is just sitting there. It's just chilling, and that to me was one of the scarier aspects of the film, and it's such a big part of the film, and I think that it's played very, very well. So much of this movie just has that wooden carving, that wooden statue just chilling. Like either it's sitting in the corner or it's in a box or something, and it's just there. It's lurking, it's there, and Mc Carthy will show you it in the background, or he'll put it in the foreground of a shot, but where you're supposed to focus on the background, but it's always there. Your eye is naturally drawn to it. You can't take your eyes off it. You're just fixated on this horrific wooden statue. And what he does with that, whether it's maybe making you think it moves or playing with characters' perceptions of it, I found it to be so interesting and so engaging, and it really works to creep me out in an effective way. The performances here all around are good as well. Every actor and actress here just knocks it out of the park. This movie, for just flying under the radar, really just shocked me with how great it was just all around. So much of it was just exactly what I've been needing in a horror film. It's brutal, it's unrelenting, it's very, very dark, and it has a lot of horrific moments. And I think the best thing about this film is how Mc Carthy isn't afraid to build suspense. So much in horror movies, they will show you the best thing early, whether that's in the trailer or they'll do a jump scare immediately. Like, you know, the music starts to go up, the sound starts to go down, maybe it starts to kind of go down a little bit, quieter, and then immediately, boom, loud guitar or loud, like violin. I didn't know why I forgot the word for violin. Loud violin noise, and boom, scary image, or boom, cat, or boom, someone's like, hey, where have you been? And you're supposed to be jolted, right? You're supposed to be scared. Mc Carthy doesn't do that. There's no, what I remember to be, false jump scares in the film. Every time there's a sudden image or a jump scare, it is executed, in my opinion, perfectly. It has one of my favorite jump scares since Exorcist 3 and Insidious. It's just so well done, and yes, it does utilize that loud noise tactic, but it's so drawn out and suspenseful, and it makes you think like, okay, this is it, and it's just kind of leading you along with that shiny lure, just kind of holding you along, and then right when you're maybe about to relax, boom, and it gets you right there. And I found that to just be an incredible tactic for scaring the crap out of me. Me and 4 other people went to see this film, and very rarely are all 5 of us agreeing on anything, let alone a movie. We all walked out saying that this was one of the scarier movies we've seen in a long, long time, the only movie to scare all 5 of us that we can remember, and one of the best movies that we've seen in a long, long time. I mean, if I had to find any mixed or negatives, I guess maybe their rewatch value won't hold up so high. Maybe if I watched it at home, it wouldn't be as creepy, but in a theater setting with surround sound on the big screen, it really got under my skin. It really unnerved me in a way I haven't been in quite a long time. I mean, Longlegs did that, but other than that, really, I haven't been very creeped out by a movie in quite some time, so it's very refreshing to be scared like this from a film. So, all in all, Oddity is one of my favorite films of the year, let alone one of my favorite horror films. I'd give Oddity a 9 out of 10. I would say it's straight up just peak, one of my favorites of the year. Again, I just have to reiterate that. I will definitely be rewatching this before the year is over to see if it can climb any farther up my top 10 list. But for right now, I'm very comfortable saying that this is one of my favorites of the year. Please go check it out if you haven't. And I will definitely be keeping an eye on Damian Mc Carthy's future films. Well, guys, that's about it for me. Thank you so much for all the support lately. If you're new to the channel, feel free to check out some of my other 100 movie reviews. If that, I have ranking videos, I have discussion videos. Anyways, have a great rest of your day.